Well, hello there and welcome to the channel, and in this video we're going to be showing you how to take cuttings from Euphorbia. It's a massive family, but we're going to be looking at the sort of the evergreen shrubby ones that you'll find often growing around the country. And the reason why we want to have some more is because they do such a good show early on in the spring, especially the more unusual colour forms like the variegated forms and the purple forms. So that is what we're going to do today. We're going to show you what you need to know, and let's go and have a look at the ones we've got. Come on. Oh, before you go, you're going to need secateurs, sturdy scissors. Okay, so we have a Euphorbia martinii.
Oh,
The flowers are so heavy on this one because it's only a young plant. You can actually hold it up, so it's all flopped. It's a bit annoying. And what you need to do is you need to take a shoot from a non-flowering stem. So you can't take a cutting from this. You can take a cutting from this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take something that's about 5-6 inches. And just be aware that when you're cutting these, you get latex coming out of them. So if you're sensitive to latex, you need to wear gloves. Right, now I'm going to show you how to process one of these in preparation for cutting. What we're going to try and do is get this to root before it dries out. So it's full of moisture at the moment, so it's turgid, it's quite healthy, but with all this leaf on, especially at this time of year, and this is the best time of year to take cuttings of Euphorbia, end of spring, beginning of summer. So we've got to remove the leaves, and again, as soon as I start cutting, we loads of latex coming out, so just be very careful if you're sensitive.
okay.
So. Now what some nurserymen do is they dip it in charcoal, like ground charcoal, and that helps stop that latex from coming out.
I didn't know that.
I haven't got any. So what I'm going to do is just allow it to dry and callus off for a
We was always
day.
told, you know, just avoid that sort of milky sap at all costs. Especially, it can sort of cause irritation on the skin and the eyes. So
yeah, if you're sensitive, and you
yeah,
get light on
you
it as
can
well.
sort of get a rash, especially when the sunshine sort of brings it out a bit. So really, just best avoid that altogether.
Right.
Look at that.
So I am being quite.
Oh, there's quite a lot of leaves you're taking off.
Yeah, and also if I can.
Oh, what was that? You cut the top off as well.
As well. So I'm going to leave this for a day, then we're going to come back. I'm going to show you what to do next. Now, I think I need to qualify that leave them for a day statement. When I mean leave them for a day, just next day, not like 24 hours. And it really does depend on the weather. If it's a particularly hot day, which you can do because you are taking these cuttings in late spring, early summer, then these cuts can callus off really quite quickly within an hour or so. And if that's the case, then you can put those in your rooting media straight away. That's absolutely fine. But if it's a colder day, and we have been getting very, very cold days and cold nights here in the UK, then that time to callus off properly is going to take a lot longer. So you just got to play it by ear, keep an eye on the weather, and just remember it's all about making sure that cutting material is in its best condition, and that means turgid, so full of water and not wilty and horrible. And to do that, once you take your cuttings, then keep them out of the sun, keep them out of the wind, put a protective cover on them so they don't dry out. And you need to do that because with Euphorbia cuttings, at least in my experience, you don't get a 100% success rate. I mean, you might get well, you might get that. You might have some extra special skills. So by trying to do all you can throughout the propagation process in keeping the cutting material in its best condition, then you can ensure your highest success rate. Anyway, let's continue. Okay, so it's been a day. The latex has calloused off, so that's not weeping out anymore, which is what we wanted. I'm going to use terracotta pots because I prefer to use these with Euphorbias compared to the plastic pots, because you tend to get a better take with these. And first of all, just going to block up the holes with a little bit of crock. And then I'm just going to put a little layer of gravel. Oh,
Oh, hello.
one of my fans. So I want to use a seed compost, but I don't have a seed compost, so I'm going to make a seed compost. And the seed compost is typically, or you can make a seed compost typically by using a multi-purpose compost, 50%, mixed up with 50% grit sand or like a sharp gravel or something like that. So that's what I'm going to do next.
Right.
I don't need to make up too much because I've only got 2 small pots. How do these things get in here?
I knew you were going to complain about the quality of the compost.
Now, experience has shown, not necessarily my experience, but experience has shown that when you're taking cuttings in terracotta pots, they do far better at the edge of the pot than they do in the centre of the pot. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my trusty pencil / dibber and make a hole. And I'm making it at the edge. And okay, you see that's in water.
Oh, that's a look. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
that's just been in there about an hour or so, just to kind of get some water back into the plant, because like I said before, it's a race between the cutting drying out and to it producing roots where it can then take in its water again. So it's a bit of a race. And that also brings me to the next thing. Once you have potted on your cuttings, you need to put them somewhere cool, so in the shade, out the wind, out of full sun, yeah, just to give it its best chance. So,
Okay. Right.
so that's the Martinii seedling.
Oh gosh, all over the place.
All over the place.
You keep throwing it all over the place.
I'm going to put 2 in here. And I took one of a purple leaf.
Yeah, I don't even know where you got that from.
Ah.
Huh, it's an international man of mystery. I think I know now, the back of the garden.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
over there.
from over there, yeah. It's nice, that purple one, actually.
It is.
Yeah. A little bit different. Get this man back at work. There
Just
you
one
go.
bit more. Okay, so the stems are covered by the soil,
Yeah, that's good.
and I'll be honest and say that I did forget a watering can, so I'm just going to use the water out of this.
Okay.
And there you go. We'll put these, like I say, somewhere in the shade, in the cool, out the wind, and hopefully in the next 2 weeks, what we should see is the leaves starting to straighten up, fill up, and then we know we've had a successful rooting. So there you go. Hopefully we'll come back and see you in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks later. So it's been a couple of weeks now. So as you can see, the foliage is still, well, it hasn't wilted too much. This one has a wee bit, but it does feel like it's growing. But we're not ready to put this on yet. There's no roots showing through, but I'm happy that these are taking okay. Just don't be tempted to pull on these to see if it's rooted. As soon as you do that, you've probably lost the cutting entirely. So that's been 2 weeks. those leaves still look healthy and turgid, so I genuinely believe there is some root that's occurred here, but I'm not going to do anything really for another couple of weeks. So let's go forward in time, see how it looks then.
Sacre bleu, another 2 weeks later.
So it has now been 4 weeks to the day since I took these cuttings, and if you remember, I sliced the top off the Euphorbia cuttings, and you can see, you don't even see close, you can see these cut edges of the ones that I cut, so they're all cut, and now you can see non-cut leaves coming through. Yeah, and the same on this one. I have to confess, the other one died. But to be honest with you, every time I do these, I always lose a few. So see with my technique, and if it is, then you know better, then put that in the comments. Or it's just, that's the typical kind of loss rate on these cuttings. And again, you can see where I did my original cuts. And you can see where all these new leaves are coming through. So
Amazing.
job done. We have
Free
rooted cuttings.
Euphorbias.
And if I haven't mentioned it before, never check by pulling it, because all you do is just damage the roots and the whole thing will fall out and you'll lose that cutting. So you never check by pulling it. Never do, that's terrible. And they will just grow now.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to keep these in the pots. I'll probably overwinter them in the greenhouse. Then in the spring, like I did last year, I will plant them out. So there you go. That is
Fabulous.
how you propagate euphorbias. Job done. They have been propagated. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Right, now, just before you go, if you want to see more content, more behind the scenes stuff, and images that I've taken of some weird freaky plants over the years, then you're in luck, because we have created an Instagram page. So you can find the link in our description, you can find the link on our main page, and if I'm clever enough I might be able to get a link somewhere up there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and if you want to see more YouTube stuff, then check out this video here. That's quite a good one. And if it doesn't float your boat, then another one right there. And enjoy these while I've still got the strength, imagination and aptitude to make them. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.